Hey, good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a great week so far. It's Wednesday morning, and we're going to jump back in to Psalm 127 as we continue our morning minutes in the Word. Now, on Monday, we talked about that idea, accept the Lord, build the house, accept the Lord is involved in what we're doing. It's going to fail. And so we need to make sure that we're on God's side doing what God wants us to do. Today, we're going to continue. Now, I did mention that I kind of chose this passage because it's Father's Day coming up this Sunday. And so we're kind of doing a father's theme or a parent's theme this week. It is something that all of us, even if you don't have kids, something that you still can learn from and apply in some way. But again, mainly for parents this week, looking today as we continue in Psalm 127, I'm looking at verses 3 and 4. And they say this: Lo, children are an heritage of the Lord, and the fruit of the womb is his reward. As arrows are in the hand of a mighty man, so are children of the youth. You know, listen, children are such a blessing. Now, you might have times where your kids are acting up and they're just being knotheads, and you're like, wow, God, why did you give me these kids? Hey, we all go through those times. But whenever we have cooler heads and we're able to reflect on it, man, children are a blessing. I love my kids. I love all three of my kids. And they really are a blessing. And each one has a different personality and different likes and dislikes. And it's just amazing as they grow to see those things come out. Well, look, children are not an accident. Children are a gift from God. They are something that we are to cherish. It says they are a heritage from the Lord. Now, I want you to think about that. If you have something of value in your family, like a family heirloom that has been passed down from generation to generation, you treasure that thing. You take care of it as it's handed down to the next generation. There is great care and ceremony and all of this that is given to this object. Now, how much more important is it that we treasure our children? They are a heritage of the Lord. They are a reward to us. It says that the fruit of the womb is his reward. God has graciously given us children that we can watch over and that we can cherish and that we can raise up and that we can point in the right direction. This is so important. In our world today, we see a lot of young adults and even middle-aged adults who, for one reason or another, there wasn't a father figure around, there wasn't a parent around to direct them in the way they should go. And now we're seeing what happens as a result of that, because now we see a lot of our young people going up in their late teens into their 20s that are acting out, and there's no parental figure there to correct them, and there was never a parental figure that took the time to guide them, to point them in the way they should go. As arrows are in the hand of a mighty man, so are children of the youth. Hey, what does a mighty man do with that arrow? Does he walk up and poke it in the target? No, he puts it in the bow, he pulls it back, and he points it where it needs to go and then lets it go. He points it in the direction that he intends it to go, and he lets go of it. He doesn't hold it the entire time. And listen, our children are like that. We are to point them in the way they should go, and then we are to fire them. We are to let them go. And too many of our young people, our adults even, never had a parent that pointed them in the way they should go. And that's a responsibility that fathers have. So I want to challenge each of us, fathers and mothers and the grandparents, aunts, uncles, find a young person, invest in them. If it's your kids, cherish them, obviously, and love them, and point them in the way they should go. Give them direction and that care and that compassion that they so desperately need, so that someday when they grow up, they'll have kids and they'll repeat that process. I want you to think about this as we leave. If your kids repeated the process that you're using right now, would you be happy with the way your grandkids are going to turn out? I want you to think about that. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. We'll be back on Friday to finish up Psalm 127.